Hello. I wanted to get on here to share something that has been a pretty big part of my life for the last little while, particularly the last 4.5 months, as that is how old Oscar is today. And that's about me basically being able to start a business while looking after a little one. And it's been an absolutely incredible journey. And the main thing that I really wanted to be able to convey to you guys is that it has actually been the most perfect time to be able to start a business, for me anyway, because there's this crazy shift that occurs within you, which I'm sure a lot of mums can agree. When you have a baby and you go through the beautiful process of giving birth and going through labour, I say beautiful in quotations there, in that you start to really connect to a deeper part of yourself and a truer part to yourself, because it's sort of bringing you back to your roots and bringing you back to I guess what's really natural, the body going through all of that and then bringing a new person into the world and being able to really just connect to who you are. So for me, it was this amazing time to really get in touch with who I really am after being out in the working world for so many years, almost, sort of around the 10-year mark of being out in recruitment and HR, executive search and leadership development. And you can get quite caught up in what is expected of you from the working world and from those you work with. And being able to have a bit of time at home and a bit of time with the most gorgeous little thing in the world has really helped me be able to connect to my heart and what's most important to me. And I can quite easily say that I have never felt more fulfilled and more myself ever in my life. So that's why for me it was actually a pretty awesome time to be able to get things into play and be able to kick things off in the right way. Because when you're starting a business, you really want that sort of core point to be able to spread out in the right way. So you want to be starting in the right spot so that then when you're taking those steps forward, you've started in the right position to begin with. And I guess the last thing is that having a baby and a newborn, while absolutely exhausting, is quite a bit of fun. And I also say that in quotations because, look, there's so many ups and downs and everything in between. But when they are sleeping, for me anyway, I found that I wanted to be doing something with my time rather than maybe sitting on social media or scrolling through my phone mindlessly or watching Netflix. That just didn't leave me feeling good after it, and I didn't feel like my brain was getting a good workout or it just didn't really energize me. So I actually found that taking little baby steps when the baby was sleeping to just, bit by bit work on understanding what I needed to do with my business, making an Instagram post or doing a bit of learning, listening to a podcast, reading, doing a little mini snippets of a course whenever he's sleeping. I found that really, really helpful for me, and it meant that I was kind of doing something for me as well, which allowed me to then be more present and a better mum to Oscar, I believe, because it just made me a happier person. So I was then able to sort of give that energy and that happiness to him. And the lucky last thing, I know I just said last before, is that when you're going through this sort of stage of looking after a little one and starting a business, if that's something that you're thinking about considering, it can be a really good time to think strategically about how you want to progress the business at particular stages, because there's so many different pillars and so many different areas that you could work on. There's brand, there's strategy, there's planning, there's the financial side, there's the system side, there's the marketing, there's the sales, and then there's actually the content or whatever you're actually delivering, or how you're actually servicing your clients. There's so many different areas. And for me, I very strategically made the conscious decision to not work on too much of the content or delivery or client-facing related work, so that I could be more fully present for Oscar. And instead, I chose to work on other elements like the learning and development side, the branding side, the marketing, and the systems. So really setting up those foundations now, so that then when I roll into 2019, sort of maybe a quarter of the way through is my plan, is to then really kick off the next stage and be able to be more present, because my husband, the lucky thing, is going to be sole caregiver come February, and so he's got 4 months of paternity leave, which is allowing me a little bit more time to be able to step into the business in a more present and physical way. So yes, they're just some things that I wanted to share with you. That's been my sort of journey with basically starting a business as a new mama. And while exhausting at times, it's also been the best thing. So I wanted to show you that while it might sound like a bit of a weird time to do it, it can actually also be the most perfect time. Because when you're in a transition in one part of your life, I often find that it's sometimes the best time to start a transition in another part of your life. Because you're already out of your comfort zone. So why not do something else when you're already in this different place? You're not sort of too stuck in your comfortable habits. Hope that makes sense. I hope this helped, and I'll do a few more videos about my journey around starting a business as a new mama, and being able to do what you love from home and then still be with your little person. It is possible. Okay. All right. Have a good one. Cheers.